Welcome to the Deep Dive. This is where we take the material you send us, dig into it, and pull out the key stuff so you get the knowledge without, getting buried in information.
Exactly. Especially for you, our listener, the learner, who wants those insights fast and really values those aha moments.
Right. So today, we're tackling the magic of thinking big. You told us this one was important, and wow, it's packed. Covers everything from mindset to, actual leadership tactics.
It really does.
Yeah.
So our mission here is to extract those core ideas, make them super clear, and importantly, actionable for you.
Okay, let's jump right in. The absolute foundation seems to be belief. The power of just believing you can succeed.
Totally. That's the central thread. The book hammers this home right away. It argues that belief in your ability to succeed isn't just nice to have, it's like the essential first step.
And there's that story, right? The executive scratching his head about Harry.
Yeah, Harry the salesman. Average guy, average effort apparently, but his sales numbers are through the roof.
So the conclusion was?
It was his belief. He just knew he could succeed. That conviction, that unwavering belief was the difference maker. It wasn't about being a Superman, just believing he could do it.
It's like belief dials up your abilities.
That's a great way to put it. It acts like a multiplier. His belief propelled him. It really shows that believing you can is often, more than half the battle.
Interesting. And the book suggests our environment often kind of nudges us towards thinking small.
Yeah, it talks about this too many followers, not enough leaders idea that sometimes floats around. Like, maybe the opportunities are scarce, so just fit in.
But leaders often say the opposite, don't they? They're looking for people to step up.
Exactly. That contrast really shows how the stories we tell ourselves or hear around us can limit our own view of what's possible.
And it's not just about jobs. It's that whole que sera sera vibe, like, what can you do? Resignation.
Right. And the book pushes back hard against that. It quotes Disraeli, "Life is too short to be little."
Powerful stuff.
It really is. It's a call to action, basically. Don't buy into limitations just because they seem like the default setting.
So belief is like a thermostat, setting the temperature for what we achieve.
Perfect analogy. Set it low with self-doubt, and, your achievements probably won't rise above that setting.
Whereas if you believe big,
then you naturally aim higher, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tackle challenges, you persist. You see possibilities instead of just roadblocks.
It's like the belief itself makes it happen. Like space exploration, you had to believe it was possible first.
Absolutely. It's that self-fulfilling prophecy idea. What you expect influences how you act, which then kind of makes the expectation come true.
Like thinking today's going to be a bad day versus today will be fine.
Precisely. Your mindset filters your experience. Expect bad, you'll find it. Expect good, or even just okay, and you're more likely to notice the positives.
And a key point here for you listening, successful people aren't aliens. They're ordinary folks who just developed extraordinary belief in themselves.
So empowering, isn't it? It's not luck or genius necessarily. It's a cultivated mindset.
Which ties into that idea that big goals aren't always harder than small ones.
Right. It's often the same process, just scaled up. Like that Ralph Cordner quote about personal development being the key to leadership. It starts with you believing you can grow.
Okay, shifting gears a bit, let's talk about excusitis, the failure disease.
Yeah, the book frames it as this mental ailment where we're always finding reasons not to achieve more. Alibis, basically.
But successful people, they have stuff they could use as excuses, right?
Oh, absolutely. The book lists examples. Roosevelt's paralysis, Truman lacking a college degree, Kennedy's youth, Johnson and Eisenhower's health issues.
They all had potential outs.
But they refused to take them. They focused on what they could do, not what they couldn't. That's the key difference. It's a choice.
It paints this picture of someone feeling like they should be doing more than actively hunting for the reason why they aren't. Is it my health, my smarts, my age, bad luck?
And it digs into those common types, like health excusitis.
Yeah, the guy convinced he had a heart problem even when doctors said no. Or the gallbladder thing.
Right. The point isn't to ignore real health problems, obviously. But it's about not letting perceived or minor issues become a universal excuse for inaction. The advice: be genuinely grateful for the health you do have.
Good point. Then there's intelligence excusitis. I'm just not smart enough.
But the book argues pretty convincingly, I think, that your attitude and how you use your intelligence matter way more than raw IQ points.
Like Phil, the guy who is valuable because of his enthusiasm and people skills, not just his test scores.
Exactly. Stick-to-attentives, connecting with people, that often outweighs just being a fact man, you know?
Like Henry Ford saying it's better to know how to find information than to just memorize it.
Right. The quiz show champ versus the company president. One knows trivia, the other knows how to build things, how to apply knowledge. Big difference.
Okay, next up, age excusitis. Too old or too young.
Yeah, and the book just shreds that idea with examples. The guy becoming a minister at 45, Bill getting his degree at 55.
It's never really too late.
Or too early, sometimes. It's about your ability, your maturity in handling the task, not just the number on your birth certificate. Like that farm boy analogy, are you ready for the responsibility?
And the advice about not just leaning on seniority, but respecting everyone's contribution, regardless of title.
That's huge. It reinforces that your value comes from what you do now, not just how long you've been around. Focus on the good years left, not the years past.
Lastly, luck excusitis. Blaming bad luck, crediting others only with good luck.
The book basically debunks this. Luck is often just good preparation meeting opportunity.
Like John landing the big order after months of groundwork, while the other guy just says, lucky break.
Exactly. You got to look under the hood. Success usually has a history of effort behind it.
Okay, let's pivot to fear. The book calls it a real enemy, something that stops us cold.
It really does. And it's not just psychological. It affects us physically, drains energy. The core message, though, is hopeful. Action cures fear.
Whereas waiting, hesitating,
just feeds it, makes it bigger. Remember the Navy diving board story? Sometimes you just got to jump.
And this concept of the memory teller, like a mental bank account.
Yeah, I like that analogy. You choose what to deposit, positive memories, successes, and crucially, you choose not to withdraw the negative stuff, the failures, the hurts. Don't dwell there.
So actively manage your mental deposits and withdrawal.
Precisely. Focus on the good stuff, like the psychologist's sunrise sunset painting what you focus on grows. The woman who got better by stopping the negative withdrawals. Powerful.
And practical steps for confidence, like act confident even if you're shaking inside.
Right. Project it. The story of G, the job applicant showing self-respect, made a huge difference. It's that feedback loop again. Act confident, feel more confident.
And see others as human too, not intimidating figures.
Yeah, just people with their own worries. Don't build them up into something they're not. Develop an understanding attitude.
Like the hotel clerk not taking the angry customer personally.
Exactly. That protects your own confidence. Don't absorb negativity that isn't yours.
And acting according to your conscience. That's huge for self-belief.
Oh, absolutely. The story of Paul W., the student who cheated. That guilt, that cancer in the conscience just ate away at his confidence. Integrity matters.
The book also shows how simple actions change feelings, like the confident introduction technique.
Yeah. Firm handshake, eye contact, positive words. It overrides shyness almost mechanically.
Even posture and walking pace make a difference.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
Stand tall, walk with purpose. It signals confidence to yourself and others. And speaking up, even if you're nervous, practice makes perfect, or at least better.
And the smile? Can't forget the smile.
Definitely not. The bumper incident story shows how it can totally disarm a situation. So those 5 steps, front seater, eye contact, speak up, smile big, be courteous. They're real tools.
Okay, let's move to thinking big. The core idea seems simple. Think bigger, achieve bigger.
It sounds simple, but the implications are huge. The book says we think in pictures, and our words create those pictures.
So the language we use matters a lot.
Immensely. Saying new approach instead of failed attempt, or challenge instead of problem, or investment instead of cost. It frames things positively. Big thinkers paint positive mental images.
Like the salesman selling the farm, he didn't just sell the land, he sold the potential.
Exactly. He helped the buyers visualize success, multiple plans, possibilities. He made it a money-making proposition in their minds. That's thinking big.
And valuing customers, not just the immediate sale.
Right. The $1.98 versus $362 customer anecdote. See the long-term value. Treat everyone like they matter, because they do. That's a big thinking perspective.
The book also pushes us to visualize our future self, not get bogged down by today's limits.
Yeah, like the friend who started seeing himself as an executive. That mental picture actually changed how he felt, how he acted. It's powerful stuff.
And thinking big isn't just for huge projects. It applies to small things, too.
Absolutely. Harry, the accountant, becoming president, he thought beyond his accounting role, saw his potential value differently. He didn't limit himself by his job title.
Unlike JM, who let the size of his office dictate his ambition. Small thinking.
Exactly. Don't let petty details define your potential. Focus on the bigger picture.
And qualifications aren't always what they seem. The salesman with the speech impediment.
Proves the point, right? His attitude, his connection with people, those were his key qualifications. Much more important than perfect speech.
So the takeaways for thinking big are: don't sell yourself short. Use positive language. Stretch your vision. See the big picture in your job. Think value. Think abundance. Look long-term. Hang with positive thinkers. And don't sweat the small stuff.
That sums it up nicely. It's a whole mindset shift.
Let's talk about creative thinking now. Thinking and dreaming creatively. Essential for success, the book says.
Definitely. And it starts, again, with belief. Believing a solution is possible.
That Eliminate Jail's thought experiment was wild.
Wasn't it? But it shows how quickly impossible shuts down thinking. Just choosing to believe it's possible, even hypothetically, opens up totally new ideas. Disbelief paralyzes creativity.
And tradition can do that too, right? We've always done it this way.
Oh, big time. Tradition can be a major creativity killer. So the book suggests ways to boost it. First, be receptive to new ideas.
Even the weird ones.
Especially the weird ones, sometimes. Keep an open mind. Second, be experimental. Break routines.
Try new foods, new routes home, new books.
That kind of thing. Exactly. Shake things up. Expose yourself to different inputs. Third, be progressive. Always ask why. Seek better ways.
Like the department store owner with the weekly improvement plan. Always looking for tweaks.
That's the spirit. Proactive improvement.
The book also connects belief to work capacity. Believing you can do more helps you actually do more.
Yeah, the bank exec who took on extra work and found he could handle it. We often underestimate our own capacity.
Yeah.
Focus on doing what you do better and then doing more of what you do better.
And a surprising point. Listen more, talk less.
Surprising, but makes sense. Big people monopolize listening, not talking. Top leaders seek advice constantly. They know they don't have all the answers.
The VP asking his team for help with the problem. Smart move.
Totally. Tapping into collective intelligence. Like businesses doing consumer research. They're listening.
To sell John Brown what John Brown buys, you've got to see things through John Brown's eyes.
And how do you do that? You listen. Your ears are intake valves for creative fuel.
So the creative process. Gather ideas, process them, incubate them.
Right. Collect the raw material, chew on it, then let your subconscious work its magic. And write ideas down. Don't let them escape.
Then review, refine, sell them to others, make them real.
Exactly. And finally, looking important helps you think important. Dress the part.
Like the professor's advice for exams or the fancy great packaging, presentation matters.
It does. It affects how others see you and how you see yourself. Look sharp, feel sharp. You are what you think you are.
Which leads perfectly into the next section. You are what you think you are. How our thoughts about our work shape everything.
That story of the three bricklayers is classic, isn't it?
Yeah. Just laying bricks, building a wall, or building a cathedral. Same job, totally different mindset.
And that mindset makes all the difference. The book contrasts Group A employees, future-focused, proactive, with Group B, who just see the negatives. Guess who gets promoted?
Group A every time. So the advice is, think, I am important, my work is important.
Right, because your actions follow your thoughts, and people judge you by your actions. Try seeing your job from your boss's perspective.
If you think your job matters, you'll naturally look for ways to do it better.
And that gets noticed. Plus, positive attitudes are contagious. Enthusiasm rubs off.
That dig into it deeper technique comes up again here for work enthusiasm.
Yep. Learn more about it, understand it better, and your enthusiasm grows naturally.
And the daily pep talk. Tom Staley, the car salesman, and his self-selling commercial.
Great example. He literally sold himself to himself every morning, listed his assets, his goals, it boosted his self-image and his sales.
So you listening can build your own commercial. Identify your strengths.
Exactly. Upgrade your thinking. Ask yourself those tough questions the book provides. Am I thinking like an important person? Am I treating my work like it matters?
It all comes back to managing your internal state. Which ties into managing your external environment too, right? Go first class.
Absolutely. Your mind reflects your environment like your body reflects your diet. You soak up what's around you.
The book talks about 3 groups responding to that negative, don't bother trying noise.
Yeah. Those who completely give in, those who are partially dragged down, and those who actively fight it. You want to be in that third group.
And watch out for the negators.
Definitely. The people who pull you down. Like WW's negative carpool buddy. Constant pessimism is toxic.
But truly successful people are often humble and helpful.
That's been my experience too. They lift others up. So the advice is seek psychological sunshine.
Stimulating activities, positive hobbies, like John's planned weekends versus Milton's drifting.
Right. Be intentional about feeding your mind positive stuff. Expand your social circle. Meet people with different views.
And actively avoid gossip. Throw out thought poison.
Yes. Talk positively about people or don't talk much about them at all. Focus on ideas, on solutions.
And go first class isn't just about money, is it?
Not at all. It's about quality in everything you're thinking, your standards, your interactions. Develop an instinct for quality.
Okay, let's talk attitudes. Make your attitudes your allies. They speak louder than words.
Oh, for sure. Your posture, your tone, your energy.
Yeah.
It all communicates your attitude. Professor Schell's quote about needing something more than just competence, that's attitude.
Like the boring professor versus the enthusiastic Red Cross captain, same message, totally different impact.
Enthusiasm is contagious. And again, that dig into it deeper trick works for people and places too. Learn more, get more interested.
And broadcast good news. Be a source of positivity.
Big one. And cultivate that your important attitude towards others. It's powerful, but underused.
The bus driver's story is simple but effective, makes someone feel valued, and they often respond in kind.
Exactly. Or how secretaries' attitudes affect sales. Everyone matters. Simple things. Practice appreciation. Call people by name.
Share praise down the line, too. Don't hoard it.
Right, like the sales convention example. Spread the credit. Make your family feel important, too, with small gestures.
And finally, the service-first attitude.
Key pathway to success. The busy gas station focused on service thrived. FH's self-centered approach failed. Think about great entertainers, great wait staff. They focus on serving the audience, the customer.
So, the three attitudes. I'm activated, dig deep, lift up, share good news. You are important, appreciate, use names, and service first.
Got it. Powerful combo.
Next up, think right toward people. Success depends on other support, so you got to think right about them.
Absolutely critical. Likability often trumps technical skill in promotions and opportunities. People want to work with people they like and trust.
But you can't just buy friendship, right? The trucking firm president's story.
Yeah, insincere gifts don't work. It has to be genuine. The book gives 6 ways to win friends by taking initiative.
Introduce yourself, get names right, write them down, send notes, say nice things to strangers.
All about showing genuine interest and respect. Proactive relationship building.
And it tackles that tendency to find fault in others. Ted realizing he was too judgmental.
We all do it sometimes. The suggestions are good. Remember, nobody's perfect. Focus on the positive traits and manage your thought broadcasting station. Tune to Channel P, Positive Thoughts.
Like the insurance salesman who genuinely liked his clients.
That attitude comes through. Treat people like welcome guests.
And don't talk negatively about clients or colleagues behind their backs. The consultants who lost the contract.
Ouch. Yeah, negativity has a way of getting back to people. So think right. Take initiatives. Remember names. Accept differences. Focus on positives. Be generous in conversation. Be courteous. Don't blame others.
Okay, crucial step. Action. Get the action habit. Ideas are useless without it.
Totally. A fair idea acted upon beats a brilliant idea gathering dust. Mr. Activationist versus Mr. Passivationist.
The doer versus the postponer. Like GN planning his marriage forever, or CD waiting for perfect conditions for his business.
Yeah, perfectionism can be paralysis. The advice: expect obstacles, solve them as they come. Don't wait for a clear path because it rarely appears.
Just act on your ideas, otherwise they haunt you.
And action cures fear, builds confidence. Inaction fuels fear. Remember the paratrooper instructor. Waiting is the hardest part. Just do it.
2 techniques. Do it now for unpleasant stuff, and the mechanical start, just begin, don't wait for inspiration.
Both really practical ways to just get moving.
Everyone faces setbacks. How to turn defeat into victory. It's about the reaction, isn't it?
Absolutely. Do you surrender or do you learn and bounce back? The successful consultant who failed early but persisted. That's the spirit.
Lots of people in Who's Who faced major adversity.
It's often part of the story. Defeat doesn't define potential. Like the student wanting the grade change, one setback isn't the whole picture.
And those stories of Dr. Scholler, W. Colvin Williams, overcoming huge physical challenges.
Inspiring. Shows the power of mindset. Don't generalize from one bad experience. like being anti-securities after one bad investment.
So the steps. Salvage lessons from setbacks. Use constructive self-criticism, not blame. Blend persistence with experimentation, and find the good side.
It's about reframing defeat as feedback, as fuel for the next attempt.
Goals. Use goals to help you grow. Progress needs direction.
Can't hit a target you can't see. Robert Collier's quote. It's not where you were or are, but where you want to get.
Like companies planning years ahead. We need that too. FB lacking a career vision stuck.
You need to know where you're aiming. And work goals, intact home life, mental state, it's all connected.
That McKinsey study finding desire to get ahead is key for executives.
Shows the power of ambition, of having goals.
Yeah.
Deeply held goals seep into your subconscious, keep you on course. Like the Manhattan Project, intense focus on one goal.
Goals work everywhere. Production, sales, studying.
And they keep you alive, engaged. Lou Gordon, the active senior citizen, Mrs. D fighting cancer to see her son grow. Purpose is powerful.
And big goals are built from small steps. Eric Severade, writing his book paragraph by paragraph,
makes huge goals feel manageable. The book suggests setting 2-year goals. Work, home, mind. Have backup plans. Remember, education is about competence, not just diplomas.
So key goal principles. Have a major goal, write it down, plan, review daily, visualize, use short-term goals, take detours, invest in yourself.
A solid roadmap for growth.
Finally, leadership. How to think like a leader. It's about lifting others. 4 rules.
Yep. 1, trade minds. See things from their perspective.
Like Ted B's failed shoe ad or Jones' retail issues, gotta understand the audience as, what if I were them? Then never blow out fuse needing the customer's view.
2, think human. Treat people with empathy, not like cogs.
John S. helping his team with housing, birthdays, handling dismissals compassionately, that builds loyalty.
Absolutely. People feel secure, valued. 3, think progress. Believe in it. Push for it.
Progressives get promoted, not status quoers. Think improvement, think high standards in everything. Set a good example.
And 4, take time to confer with yourself. Solitude for thinking.
Like great leaders throughout history, don't be afraid to be alone with your thoughts. That's where the superpower happens.
That executive program, Finding Value in Quiet Time. Leaders need to think. Managed solitude is leadership prep.
Okay, and briefly, thinking big helps handle setbacks, see them as lessons, experiment. And in relationships, thinking big means avoiding petty reactions.
Right. It all loops back to that core idea of expanding your thinking.
So wrapping up this deep dive into the magic of thinking big, wow. We've covered belief, attitude, excuses, fear, confidence, goals, action, leadership. It's all connected, isn't it?
Deeply connected. Your internal world, your beliefs, your thoughts, your attitude fundamentally shapes your external results and how you interact with people.
And for you, the learner, hopefully this hit the mark thorough, but not overwhelming, packed with those aha moments. The real work starts now, thinking about how you can apply these ideas.
Which brings us to that final thought for you to chew on. Given everything we've talked about, the power of belief, managing your thoughts, your environment.
Yeah.
What's one small, specific change you'll make today to start thinking just a bit bigger?
Definitely dive deeper into the book itself if this resonated. There's so much more there. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.